Don't look at my mess on the table back there. That's a secret just for me. Good morning, my friends. Actually, it might not be morning for you, but it's morning for me, and I'm ready for breakfast. And today we are eating vegan all day long. It's kind of cold and dreary and gross out, so we're making some comfort meals, which I think will be super fitting for breakfast. We're gonna be having a tofu scramble with some jalapeno cornbread waffles.
The disrespect.
Someone didn't like that. For lunch, we're having a hot and sour soup with some bok choy. Very excited about that. And then for dinner, we're having a lentil loaf and some garlic mashed potatoes because we'll eat mashed potatoes. Anyway, I'm really hungry, so let's get into that kitchen. So while I've got my tofu being just a little bit pressed in the background, I'm going to mix together our waffle batter. So we're just starting out with some flour, a little bit of cornmeal, and we're gonna add some spices. We've got baking powder as a leavener, some salt, chipotle powder, paprika, and some garlic powder. Give that a little mix up so it's all incorporated. And then we're gonna move on to our wet ingredients. I'm using Silk Next milk for this one, the whole one, nice and fatty. And then we're gonna use some apple cider vinegar, a little bit of maple syrup, bless up homeland. Then we're gonna chop up some jalapenos and throw those into our dry mix. Give it a little bit of a mix, and then I made a flax egg and then I added my coconut oil to this, and then we're just gonna mix everything together so we have a nice, delicious, make sure you don't overmix, waffle batter. The tofu scramble calls for nutritional yeast, which I've always heard delicious things about and how it has like this nice cheesy umami flavor, but I've never tried it. So I bought some and we're trying it. Smells good. Why does it smell like cheese for real though? How does it actually taste like cheese? I'm into that. I like that. That's good. So while the waffle batter is just sitting a little bit, it has cornmeal in it, so it will thicken a little bit as it sits. We're gonna start on the wet ingredients for our scramble. So I'm just using some Next milk, the nutritional yeast, some mustard, turmeric, except that I had curry powder instead that had turmeric in it, and that's what I used. And then the secret ingredient in this recipe, tahini. And then I remembered that I had some mozzarella style shreds. So I added those to my waffle batter because why wouldn't you want cheese in your jalapeno waffles? Like, come on, get real. So I only have this tiny little waffle maker, so I just did one at a time. Little mini waffles in our dash maker. Love this bad boy, it's a real workhorse. And then you can just eat like a little stack of waffles, and that's pretty great. Now that everything is all ready to go and the waffles are done, we are starting on the scramble. I'm just gonna heat up some oil in the pan, add some onions, and I really love onions, so I did some extra. Then we add the crumbled tofu. I think personally for me, in the future when I do this again, I will shred the tofu a little bit smaller. Some of the big chunks were a little bit weird for me, texture-wise, in the mouth. I'm a little bit weird about textures like that sometimes. But then you stir it all together with the sauce and it turns into this like delicious, velvety, creamy, egg-like dish. Here we have it. It actually smells super good, and I'm very hungry. I'm still doing some waffles over here because I made more batter than I meant to. I didn't have turmeric, so that's why my eggs look a little bit dull and kind of sad. I just have some dressed greens also on the side, so let's taste this tofu scramble. That's really good. That is very good. It legit kind of looks like eggs, right? So bizarre. This recipe that I used put a little bit of tahini in like the sauce portion for the scramble. And at first I was like, isn't that just gonna be like super overpowering? Like, I don't know. I don't really like the taste of tahini that much, but it really adds like this richness, this like velvety texture. So don't skip out on the tahini if you try this recipe and you're like, I don't like tahini, because it's good. I liked it. All right, waffle time. Just looks like a regular ass good waffle. Can't go wrong with a waffle, can you? Well, I'd say that breakfast was a success, and now I'm really excited for lunch. It's soup o'clock. That was really dramatic, but honestly, I pulled that off somehow really smoothly. Or it felt smooth anyway. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, so I was looking at my soup recipe a little bit more in depth, and I'm kind of thinking maybe the one that I chose is lacking a little bit in flavor. So I was looking at some other recipes, and now I'm kind of just going to be combining a bunch of different recipes for a dish I've never had before, never made before. Is this a bad idea? One hand, could be. On the other hand, could be a great idea. So let's just get souping. Don't want to cook a dog hair. I have this like weird fear all day long that I'm gonna accidentally do something that like isn't vegan, like somehow add butter to my soup without knowing somehow. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I'm just a girl. Cheese. Wow. Hope that's right. Also, I cheated a little bit and I bought like matchstick carrots instead of shredding a carrot myself. 1 carrot's worth, something like that. Cool. The recipe calls for like dried mushroom powder, and I don't really have that, but I guess I kind of do because I have the Holy Grail. If you have not had this stuff, or if you like mushrooms and you don't have a Trader Joe's around you, I feel really bad. I'm sorry. Like, I send this to all of my family back home in Canada. I don't know if they like it as much as I do, but I'm obsessed with this. So we're gonna use this. I love this stuff so much.
2 shots of vodka.
I think it was only supposed to be a 1/4 teaspoon, but we just put a lot in. Why not? Adding some white pepper. I love white pepper. It smells like a barn.
Like a barn.
Oh, what the hell was that? It smells like a barn, not a barn. The hell? It does smell like a barn though. I don't know why that makes me love it, but like, I don't know. I love it a lot. I don't have fresh ginger to grate into my soup, but I remembered that I bought these recently. Cause somehow when I ever have ginger, even though I keep it in the freezer, it like just goes really yucky really fast. And I know that I could just process it myself into like ice cube molds or something, but like, let's be serious. Who has the time for that? If you do, that's amazing. I don't really, so. I mean, maybe I do, maybe I could make time. Maybe I'm just making excuses. I don't know, but let's just pop one of these in. How handy is that? Just like a little doot doot ginger, perfect. Reading our recipe. I'm gonna saute mushrooms and carrots until mushrooms release their aroma. What does that mean? Until they release their aroma? I mean, they always smell like mushrooms. Whenever I go to like taste something with a big spoon like this, it reminds me of in The Nightmare Before Christmas when Sally's like giving him the poisoned soup and she drinks it out of like a huge spoon. Like, I've always loved that for some reason. Let's see what the broth needs. No, I haven't added the vinegar yet. Just gonna burn the crap out of my mouth. Mmm. Mmm. It's so hot, but not yet sour. I think we're ready for vinegar and bok choy. I forgot about the tofu. Ow. Oh my god, that's so good. Add our bok choy. I washed it. I cut it into thin strips. All the recipes say not to use the white part, but the white part of bok choy is honestly my favorite part, so it's going in. Is it like poisonous or something? I don't know. It's delicious. All right, the bok choy looks sufficiently happy. Can you see? Do you want to zoom in a little bit? Soup. Soup. Soup, a tasty soup. Soup, a spicy carrot and coriander chili chowder. Well, you guys, our soup is done and it smelled so good the whole time it was cooking. At first, I was a little bit unsure about how, like, where the flavor was really gonna come from, because just like vegetable stock and mushrooms, I don't know, but everything just like comes together in this like super delicious, harmonious, silky, flavorful, spicy, hot and sour soup.
You don't say.
I can't get over how good this soup is. I added twice the amount of vinegar though, and I kind of still want to add more. Is that weird? Like, get out of here, chicken noodle soup. This is the new I feel sick soup, for sure. So far, breakfast has been a huge hit, definitely. Lunch, superb hit, 12 out of 10, would make again, want to eat every day of my life. And dinner, coming up, lentil loaf, mashed potatoes. I can't wait. Lentil loaf time. Thank God I pre-chopped all my veggies yesterday. Otherwise I'd be royally effed right in the butthole. Delicious. So it would appear that I forgot the tomato paste, but we're just gonna add some extra ketchup, because why not? There's no sugar added, it's fine. So I'm pretty sure that stuff just cooks down until it's soft, and then we like throw it in the food processor a little bit so it like homogenizes a little bit. We're getting there. Here's what it looks like right now. It smells hella good, not gonna lie. Is freeform meatloaf a thing? I've only ever made meatloaf in like a pan. So this is lentil loaf, baby. Ain't no rules. I think my husband prefers mashed potatoes with no skin, so we'll peel them. Ain't no skin off my back. Teeth? Skin off my teeth? I don't know the saying, but you know what I mean.
Do you potatoes get off my knife? Do you potatoes get off my knife? Do you?
So I just finished making the mashed potatoes. There's nothing special about them. It's just potatoes and maybe an entire stick of country cock plant paste butter. Are they good for me? No. Are they good for my soul? Yeah. Well, if you just ignore my plating, which looks really bad, we already know the mashed potatoes, 12,000 out of 10. So good. Lentil loaf time. I'm a little bit worried because it did seem a tiny bit dry. I followed the recipe to a T. It's all right. I mean, I'll eat it, but not my favorite meal of the day that we made. The glaze, it's definitely carrying it for me because that's the best part of a meatloaf, TBH. Hello there, it's me. Hi, please excuse my wet hair, pre-bed comfies outfit. I just realized that I forgot to film an outro, I guess, for yesterday's video of cooking vegan meals, eating vegan all day. Basically, I had a really good time. I enjoy cooking, but I remembered why I don't do it that often. Like in-depth cooking. Mostly because that literally took up just about my entire day. Like cooking 3 meals yesterday, like simple meals too, like nothing crazy. Anybody else just like really like cooking but don't really have the time for it? Like that sucks so much. So that's pretty much why I guess that's why I mostly just cook on my days off and not really during the week really. I just go for like quick, super easy, like something I can make in under 5 minutes type of meals. So yesterday we definitely did a little bit more of like in-depth meals that take a little bit more prep, take a bit more time to cook. I enjoyed it. I really liked everything that I had very, very much, and I'm glad that I have some plant-based staples now that I can go to when I want to make something. That hot and sour soup, oh my god, I love that so much. I can see myself already wanting to make that so many more times, especially coming up this winter. The lentil loaf, it was good, but I'm not sure. Maybe I should try another recipe of like a lentil loaf because I like lentils. I really like the idea of the dish, but I felt like there was something missing flavor-wise of like that one particular recipe that I used. And the tofu scramble, that was good too. Now I know that I've found one more way that I enjoy tofu, so that's really fun. But just in general, I think it's really great to have some recipes that you know how to make that are plant-based, just take a little bit of burden off the environment and just, you know, eat some plant-based meals every once in a while. Like, I was so full and satisfied all day long yesterday. Like, I never felt hungry or wanting for anything. And my tummy felt like pretty happy. Well, there was one point. I think the mung bean noodles didn't quite sit well in my stomach, but other than that, I had such a good time, and I definitely want to try and learn some more recipes that I can make that'll be plant-based that I can incorporate into my repertoire, if you will. Of course, I'll put all the recipe links down below so you can check them out, follow them, make them if you want. They were all very, very good. I can definitely recommend them. Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of this video. Maybe you feel inspired to get out there and go and cook something, go and try something new, a new recipe maybe, something vegan, just vegetarian, plant-based, just anything. It could be meat too, who knows? I don't know. You do you, boo. You do what you want to do. You eat what you want to eat. And I'll see you in the next video.